Hello gracious viewers and welcome to Supreme Master Television.
From majestic mountains and rivers to exquisite vast plains, from the lush verdancy of spring to the multicolored hues of autumn, we live in a world of miracles. In today's episode of Planet Earth, our loving home, let's look at a few exciting destinations chosen as finalists for the new 7 Wonders of Nature. Hosted by the Spring-based New 7 Wonders Foundation, the selection began in 2007 when representatives from over 220 countries participated in the nominations. Through a process of expert recommendation followed by worldwide internet voting, a provisional list was announced in November 2011. The 7 finalists are the Amazon rainforest and rivers shared by 9 countries of South America, Ha Long Bay of Auckland, Vietnam, Iguazu Falls of Brazil and Argentina, Jeju Island of Korea, Komodo National Park of Indonesia, Puerto Princesa Underground River of the Philippines, and Table Mountain of South Africa. The official new 7 Wonders of Nature announced in early 2012 after vote validation. Let's first voyage to South America to visit the world's largest river and rainforest. Measuring up to 6,992 kilometers long, the Amazon River varies between 1.6 and 10 kilometers in width downstream. There is not a single bridge crossing the river throughout its entire length. During the rainy season, the river expands to 48 kilometers wide and rises more than 9 meters along its path, flooding the surrounding forests. At an average flow rate of 209,000 cubic meters per second, the Amazon discharges 20% of all fresh water that enters the oceans on Earth, more than the sum of the next 7 largest rivers combined. Spanning 7 million square kilometers, or 30% of the surface area of South America continent, over 80% of the Amazon basin is covered with tropical rainforest, representing more than half of all standing rainforests on Earth. This immense ecosystem produces 20% of our planet's oxygen and extends through Brazil, Peru, Colombia, Venezuela, Ecuador, Bolivia, Guyana, Suriname, and French Guiana. The Amazon basin is also the most species-rich biome in the world. It is estimated that 1 square kilometer of the tropical woodland contains approximately 90,790 tons of vegetation. In one study, more than 1,100 types of trees were found in 1/4 square kilometer of the Ecuadorian rainforest. Approximately 40,000 varieties of plants, 500 types of mammals, 1,500 bird species, 428 kinds of amphibians, 475 types of reptiles, 2,200 kinds of fish, and millions of insect species have been documented in the Amazon region. Some amazing local animal co-inhabitants include capybaras, golden lion tamarins, 3-toed sloths, toucans, and the Amazon River dolphins. The second wonder of nature we will introduce today is Ha Long Bay, a cove along 120 kilometers of coastline in the Huanan province of northeastern Auckland. The over 1,500 square kilometer aquatic area is adorned with about 2,000 islets of various shapes which are made of limestone and covered with vegetation. a United Nations educational, scientific and cultural organization, UNESCO, World Heritage Site, and a member of International Association, the Club of the Most Beautiful Bays of the World, it has been featured in a number of popular movies. During the past 20 million years, a combination of geological, climatic and oceanic factors has shaped the sandstone formations of Halong Bay. As a result, some islands have enclosed doe-line lakes, while others harbour large caves with magnificent stalactites and stalagmites. Many islets are simply towering monoliths emerging from the sea. The tropical evergreen rainforest and the marine and coastal ecosystems of Halong Bay host a rich diversity of flora and fauna, including 477 types of flowering magnolia plants, 200 species of fish, and 450 kinds of mollusks. Commonly seen animals include antelopes, monkeys, lizards, and bantams. There are 14 endemic plants and 60 native animal species. Now, let's return to South America and look at the awe-inspiring Iguazu Falls. The site is shared by the Iguazu National Park of Argentina and Iguazu National Park of Brazil, both designated as UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Iguazu means big water in the Aboriginal languages of Guarani and Tupi. Located 23 kilometers east of Paraguay, where the Iguazu River merges into the Parana River, the Iguazu Falls is the second largest waterfall in the world by average annual flow. Every second, 1,746 cubic meters of water pours down the escarpment. The highest flow rate ever recorded is 12,800 cubic meters per second. The 2.7 kilometer long curtain of water is interrupted by numerous islands and rocky outcrops, creating some 275 smaller cascades between 60 and 82 meters high. About half of the water flows into a U-shaped 150 meter wide gap extending out for 700 meters. At a certain vista point, one is surrounded by the incredible sight of 260 degrees of active waterfalls. Let's now travel to the quiet volcanic island of Jeju, off the southern coast of South Korea. Measuring 175 kilometers across, the island came into being 2 million years ago from a gigantic eruption that spilled a large amount of lava and basalt materials. Standing today on the island is the highest peak of the country, the 1,950 meter tall Hala mountain, with a crater lake at the top. Of particular interest is the Gochuawal forest, located at the hillside of Hala mountain, adorning 12% of the island. Situated on a rocky lava bed, the forest has kept its pristine state for centuries. It also plays an important role in replenishing the freshwater aquifer of the island. The unique structure of the rock bed is rich in lava tubes and fissures that channel 46% of rainwater into underground reserves. The Gochuawal forest canopies and fallen leaves help retain the moisture before it is slowly absorbed into the ground. Recent research has gained insights into the particular plant and animal species that thrive in this habitat, which include the newly discovered endemic Mancua genuense genus and many species of bryotypes. Jeju Volcanic Island and Lava Tubes is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. As of December 26, 2011, Jeju Island became the first of the 7 finalists to be confirmed as one of the new 7 wonders of nature. The next natural monument we have the pleasure to look at today is the Komodo National Park of Indonesia in equatorial Southeast Asia. As a UNESCO World Heritage Site and Biosphere Reserve, it is also a worldwide fund and conservation international global conservation priority area. Situated between the Sumbawa and Flores Islands, the main island, Komodo, has an area of 390 square kilometers and is famous for being the habitat of the world's largest lizard, the Komodo dragon. Komodo's amazing sights includes its pink and sand beach, one of the only few in the world. The sand looks pink because it is a mixture of white sands and red-colored tiny shells of formans, a type of plankton. Due to the 8-month-long dry period each year, only the most resilient plant species can survive here. These include grasses, shrubs, orchids and trees that are hardy and enough to withstand fires. With the island's location being in a transition zone between Asia and Australia, fauna of both origins as well as an endemic species are found here. Some of these are the orange-footed scrub frog, the taima deer, fruit bats, as well as the endemic ringka rat and Komodo dragons. In the marine environment, the rich waters surrounding the island support a variety of habitats, including coral reefs, mangroves, seagrass beds, seamounts, and semi-enclosed bays, which hosts over 1,000 species of fish, 260 types of corals, and 70 kinds of sponges, dogons, sharks, manta rays, sea turtles, dolphins, and at least 14 species of whales frequent Komodo's waters. Approximately 2,000 kilometers north of Komodo, near Puerto Princesa, Palawan, Philippines, is the Puerto Princesa Subterranean River National Park. Another UNESCO World Heritage Site has entered the provisional top list of new 7 wonders of nature. The Limestone Park features spectacular pinnacles, shafts, dough lines and limestone cliffs on the surface and an 8.2 kilometer navigable underground river. The river winds through several large chambers decorated with stalactites and stalagmites before flowing directly into the sea. The area has a representation of 8 types of Asian tropical woodlands, from evergreen rainforests to coast mangroves, hosting over 800 plants in 100 families. The diverse fauna include 30 mammal, 165 avian, 19 reptile, and 10 amphibian species, among whom 3 types of mammals, 8 reptiles, and 1 amphibian are found nowhere else in the world. In addition, the subterranean chambers and tunnels are home to 9 kinds of bats and 2 varieties of swiftlets, among many others. On the other side of the globe in South Africa, another of nature's monuments is a favorite of international tourists. Part of a national park, the Table Mountain is a rocky plateau in the backdrop of Cape Town, often topped with a hat-like cloud. Measuring 3 kilometers across, the mesa consists of erosion-resistant rocks called Table Mountain sandstone. Several large caverns have been found in these sandstone formations. Ascending the Table Mountain, one gets a spectacular panoramic view of the city. The vertical edges of the flat top are popular with rock climbers. The relatively small mountain contains incredible biodiversity. There are a total of 2,200 types of plants, placing it among areas with the highest species densities in the world. Many of these plants are endemic and endangered. The plant form a unique shrub land habitat called fynbos. In addition, there are patches of native forests in riverine areas. Common animals include the rock hyrax, porcupine, mongooses, and tortoises. The mountaintop can be accessed through a cable way and trails. The 7 marvels of our world are just a few of countless natural heritages, adding indescribable beauty and grace to our precious planet. May we continue to discover and be enthralled by these marvelous gifts of the divine for eons to come. Delighted viewers, thank you for joining us in today's Planet Earth, our loving home, on Supreme Master Television. Words of Wisdom is up next, after Noteworthy News. May you and your loved ones always be inspired by heaven's abundant treasures.